Son Heung-min subjected to abuse after missed opportunity against Manchester City. That Asian guy is miserable. Surely he intentionally missed, then wonders why he's been at Tottenham all his life without winning any cups. I swear from now on I will consider Son Heung-min the most cursed player in the world. Next season I hope this crying guy's form collapses and he gets sacked by these Tottenham guys. This bunch really lacks sportsmanship. Because of Son Heung-min, now I hate Korean players in particular and Asian players in general. Comments containing racial discrimination and derogatory language were left on Son Heung-min's personal page in football forums by a section of overly passionate fans. Everyone knows the reason behind this incident. Before the match, Arsenal fans and neutral supporters were hoping for the Gunners to win the title, placing high expectations on Son Heung-min. All Arsenal needed was for him and his teammates to draw against Man City at home, which would greatly increase Arsenal's chances of winning the league. In reality, Son had a golden opportunity to do just that. In the 86th minute, with Man City leading 1-0 thanks to Erling Haaland's goal, defender Akanji made a silly mistake in midfield, allowing Son to break through and face goalkeeper Ortega. Son's speed helped him bypass Ruben Dias and Akanji, leaving him with ample time and space to score. However, the South Korean forward failed to beat Ortega. Outside the pitch, Man City's coach Pep Guardiola reacted humorously to this situation, holding his head and watching intently as Son ran towards the goal and shot the ball. Pep's reaction somewhat reflected the tension he and his team felt in the final minutes of the match. It's worth noting that Ortega was Man City's substitute goalkeeper, brought on by coach Pep Guardiola in the 69th minute after Brazilian star Ederson suffered an injury. After Son's missed chance, Man City had a counter-attack opportunity. Jeremy Doku was fouled by Porro in Tottenham's penalty area, and Erling Haaland calmly doubled Man City's lead from the penalty spot. At that moment, Pep Guardiola and his team breathed a sigh of relief. Although Man City won, if Son had successfully equalised, Tottenham's chances of drawing would have been significant, meaning Arsenal would have retained the top spot in the Premier League with only one match remaining. That scenario was beautiful, but it didn't happen. Liverpool legend Jamie Carragher believed that Ortega's save from Son's shot secured the title for Man City. He said, "Tottenham didn't play well, they caused many problems for Man City. I think Ortega helped Man City secure the Premier League title." There have been many events throughout the season. But when you look at this match, if he hadn't made that save, Arsenal would have won. Son's opportunity is something Arsenal fans will remember for the next 10 years. Even if they win titles in the next 5 years, that chance will still haunt Arsenal. And if Man City considers Son Heung-min a hero for missing the chance, then on the flip side, Arsenal fans will resent him to the core. It's not difficult to sympathize with Arsenal, as they were so close to success, but it all shattered with Son Heung-min's shot. However, the derogatory remarks are a completely different story. Arsenal had a great season, and many feel sorry for them, including us, as the Gunners, most likely, finished second. But Son Heung-min cannot be blamed. Firstly, considering the context of that moment in the match, Son Heung-min was exhausted after 90 minutes of play, especially as he's 32 years old. Therefore, running at high speed, under pressure from defenders, with the goalkeeper rushing out, it's difficult to expect a sure shot into the net. Secondly, Ortega's reflexes were outstanding. It was no different from the situation where Emiliano Martinez saved a shot from the French national team during stoppage time at the 2022 World Cup. Thirdly, Arsenal relying on another team to win the title is extremely disappointing. A club that wants to dominate the league must solve their own problems instead of relying on others. Therefore, the racially abusive behavior towards Son Heung-min is extremely ugly and deserves condemnation. He only disappointed himself by missing an opportunity, not Arsenal. As for the Gunners, self-reflection is perhaps what they need most right now. In this season, the Gunners often held advantages but then squandered them. Their immaturity and lack of focus cost Mikel Arteta and his players dearly. Disappointing results against Fulham, Liverpool, and West Ham in late 2023 were turning points of the season. Although later on, Mikel Arteta and his players tried to correct their mistakes with an impressive run of form, it wasn't enough to create a significant gap with Man City. If those matches had resulted in just one victory, Arsenal would have firmly held the top spot. The disappointing point was the 0-2 loss at the Emirates Stadium to Aston Villa, which handed the initiative to Pep Guardiola's side. Naturally, the citizens didn't miss the opportunity to overtake, with their exceptional ability to play at the highest level. There were no mistakes from the reigning champions. The team at the Emirates also showed maturity and determination. They had the best defense in the league with only 28 goals conceded. However, just a few moments of individual lapses were enough for the North London club to drop points. Aside from the disappointment for the red and white team, Manchester City's dominance cannot be ignored. This squad had the class and experience to surpass both Liverpool and Arsenal in the most crucial stage of the season, leaving their opponents with nothing but admiration. On the morning of May 15th, Tottenham hosted Man City at home in the rescheduled match of the 34th round of the Premier League. Spurs, when playing at home, always proved to be a tough opponent, making Pep Guardiola's team especially cautious. Coach Ange Postecoglou deployed a 4-2-4-0 formation instead of the usual 4-3-3. This setup allowed Spurs to dominate the central areas and reinforce their defensive line. This led to Man City having an expected goals (XG) ratio of only 0.35, the lowest for the Manchester side in the first half of this season. Man City even had only 45% possession, less than the 55% of the home team. This is when Arsenal fans were thinking about a bright future, hoping that if Tottenham could hold Man City, it would open up opportunities for the Gunners in London. However, the citizens showed why they are the #1 team in England at the moment. Facing a tough opponent in an important match, Man City didn't allow any mistakes. Even though the citizens got what they needed after the break in the 51st minute, Man City accelerated when Tottenham's lineup was not stable. Kevin De Bruyne received the ball, broke through the defense before passing it perfectly to Erling Haaland, who tapped in to open the scoring. When the match entered the first minute of injury time, this striker completed his brace. Man City was as precise as a machine. So how could the Gunners keep up? Arsenal and manager Mikel Arteta learned another valuable lesson. The only thing worth celebrating is that the gap between the two clubs on the Premier League table has narrowed significantly compared to the same period last year. It becomes a motivation for the silver and black representatives to continue moving forward.